Perseverance, the power of never giving up in life. There are few guarantees, but one truth remains universal. Failure is inevitable. It's not something to be feared, but rather embraced. The greatest stories of success are not tales of smooth journeys, but of resilience, determination, and the relentless pursuit of a goal despite repeated setbacks. Thomas Edison, the inventor of the light bulb, once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This mindset of seeing failure as a stepping stone rather than a roadblock is what separates those who achieve greatness from those who give up at the first sign of difficulty. It is often said that success is not measured by how high we climb, but by how many times we rise after we fall. Every failed attempt brings us closer to the right path. Each no brings us nearer to a yes. Failure in itself is not the enemy. It's the fear of failure that paralyzes and prevents us from taking the risks necessary for growth. As Vince Lombardi, the legendary football coach, famously declared, "It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up." The process of falling and rising again and again is tiring and frustrating, but it is necessary. Perseverance builds character. Each failure teaches us something new, refining our approach and sharpening our focus. As Nelson Mandela wisely stated, "Do not judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell down and got back up again." To persevere is to constantly try despite setbacks, to refine one's methods, and to never allow temporary failures to define the journey. Consider the story of J.K. Rowling, the author of the famed Harry Potter series. Before she achieved worldwide success, she faced numerous rejections from publishers. In fact, 12 different publishers rejected her manuscript before she finally found someone who believed in her story. Today, her books have sold millions of copies worldwide, and her name is synonymous with literary success. In business, failure can be the foundation for eventual triumph. Entrepreneurs like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates faced their own share of setbacks before they achieved groundbreaking success. The secret to their perseverance lies in understanding that each failure holds a valuable lesson. "Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm," said Winston Churchill. This optimism and persistence are key to achieving goals that once seemed out of reach. So how can we cultivate this mindset in our own lives? The first step is accepting that failure is not a reflection of our worth. It's a natural part of the learning process. When we fall, it's not because we are weak or incapable. Rather, it's an opportunity to discover our weaknesses and transform them into strengths. We must stop viewing mistakes as the end of the road and start seeing them as the fuel that powers our next steps. Another important factor is having a vision. A strong and clear vision of what we want to achieve can drive us forward even in the face of adversity. When you know why you're doing something, when you feel passionate about your goal, no number of failures can dissuade you. "The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph," said Thomas Paine, reminding us that anything worth achieving will require sacrifice and endurance. In conclusion, the path to success is never linear. It's full of twists, turns, and stumbles, but each setback is an opportunity to grow, adapt, and try again with more knowledge and experience. The journey to the top is not easy, but it is in the struggle that we find our strength. As we strive towards our goals, let us remember the words of Maya Angelou. "You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated." Perseverance is the key. Keep trying, keep learning, and above all, never give up. Whether you fail once, twice, or even 1,000 times, each attempt brings you closer to your dreams. The summit is within reach, but only for those who continue to climb.